I'm Liz, and this is Diary of a Happy Hooker. Thanks for joining me. Can't wait to show you my finished objects for Finished Object Friday. Hope you've got something good to drink. I do. I have got Tazo tea. It is in the Zen flavor, which is lemongrass and excuse me, lemongrass and spearmint in a green tea. In my I don't give a sip cup. A friend gave me that cup because she said, as far as she was concerned, I didn't give a sip. Oh, she's a sweet girl, and I love her. And I use that cup very often. So, anyway, I suppose you're here to see what I've been up to, and I don't blame you. I showed you on Wednesday some of my granny squares from my granny square blanket, which is still technically a whip. But I showed you some of these. The squares are finished. Finished objects. Yay, now I just got to put them together. So, and these are just a few of them. I've got a whole lot of them outlined like this. They're outlined in just black blanket yarn, the Big Twist Cuddle blanket yarn. And they're coming out great. I know they look a little wonky and wobbly right now. That's alright. They're just going into a blanket. It doesn't have to look perfect. It's going to be amazingly squishy and soft, and I can't wait. I am using a size L hook, which is recommended hook size, I believe, which is a 8mm hook. This is the hook I'm using. It is a Hobby Lobby hook. It's just a plastic hook. It's got a nice rubberized grip on it that I really like when I'm using some of the bigger yarns, the thicker yarns. I'm a pencil crocheter, and so when I'm working on things and things get stuck, it's nice to have that extra grip. Whereas with the plastic hooks or the aluminum hooks, you hit a snag and you go floop, and your yarns hanging holding onto your hook, going neener neener ha ha. So that's somewhat finished object. Now I do have a finished object. That is, ta-da, the hat that I was working on. Now I had intended, ooh, that looks kind of like pixelized Christmas camo, doesn't it? I had intended to give this to my daughter for her to wear for Christmas season. But when she went to put it on, it was far, far too small for her head. So it'll now end up being a slouchy hat for my grandson. I used a 5mm hook. And this is just a generic ergonomic rubberized handle hook. This is in the yarn Red Heart Mistletoe. There we go. There we go. The colorway of the yarn. And you can see I've got some detail in here. This was inspired by the Wayward Beanie, created by Brianne Maudlin. And you can check out her website. Happiness is homemade. I think that's what it is. I'll put it below. I'll put it for sure below. I mentioned it last week, and so if you can't get in there, I do have it in my Wednesday whip video from last week. So this is done, and I think it turned out adorable. This is just I started on top. The Wayward beanie is created bottom up. I made this one top down. So I started on top and I increased, and then I did some camel stitches, which is the half double crochet, and then you crochet into the third loop so that you get this knit look. And then I did some front post, back post crochets, and then I just did that, this, here, and of course, kind of framed it top and bottom. And then down here I just did single, or what did I do here? I think I did the linen stitch here, moss stitch, where you single crochet and then you chain one, and you do that all the way around. And then on your next row, you crochet into the space of the chain one. Some people call it the moss stitch, some people call it the linen stitch. I just thought it finished this off really nicely. I kind of like how this pulled. Like, I was watching it and I was like, that actually looks kind of cool. That's really neat. I hope it does that all the way around, and it did, and it was kind of cool. So it looks intentional, doesn't it? It's not, but it looks cool. So I'm really excited to give this to my grandson. We haven't been able to give it to him yet. My husband and my daughter and I had COVID at the end of November. And just as we were getting over it, my youngest son, who's 17 and obviously lives with us, tested positive for it December 9th. So it's going to be another couple weeks. But seriously cute hat. Love it. Love it. Love it. So excited to give it to him and see him wear it. And I hope it fits him. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be really disappointed. Because it is... I don't really know anybody else who would wear it. I'll have to donate it to one of our charities or preschools or something. I don't know. So that's one of my finished objects. My other finished object is a whip I have not shown you that I have almost finished, but I need some help. And my husband is no help with this. So, for a long time ago, I started this. It's a blanket that's been living in this bag. It's a Hogwarts Railways. And I found this pin, and it was too good to pass up. You see what it says? It says, up to no good. If you know anything about Harry Potter, you know that refers to the Marauders map. And I could not leave that pin behind. I had to put it on this bag. This bag has been holding a blanket for a very long time, and it's just a baby blanket. It's nothing spectacular or anything. But I am very happy with it. Now, please excuse my ends. I have not woven in my ends yet. But here it is. La. I really wanted to have just a very simple pattern. So I chose that moss / linen stitch that I used on the hat. I mentioned on that. And I love the way it turned out. I think it looks amazing. It is soft. It is squishy. It's warm. And I really love it. So, what is it? It is in Mandala watercolors. And I haven't seen these around anymore, so I don't even know if they're still out. But I scooped up 6 of them, and I put all 6 into that blanket. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams 164 yards, 150 meters. It's a bulky weight number 5, which I would agree with. It wants you to use a K hook, which is 6.5 millimeter. I ended up using a 7 millimeter on it. And again, I ended up using my Hobby Lobby hook because this yarn is 15% wool. It is also 75% acrylic and 10% nylon. And I was a little nervous if I didn't use a big enough hook that if I made a mistake, that the real tight stitches were going to make it hard to frog. So I used a little bit bigger hook. This is in the colorway Wild Pansy. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean for that to, the alarm, or not alarm, notification to come through with an, anyway. Asks for 6.5 millimeter knitting needles. Obviously it's, you don't want to wash it on hot. Machine wash gentle, lay flat to dry. Like I said, the colorway was Wild Pansy, and I just loved it. It's got this light purple. It's kind of a tweed or marled look. So it's got this light purple with the cream, and then this gold mustard color with, well, I guess all of it is with cream color. Then it's got this blue color, kind of a light navy blue. And those three colors, along with this kind of, I don't know if you can see this kind of tan color in here. It's almost kind of a light cocoa brown, and just cream color itself all go through this blanket. And I love it. I love that it's not matchy-matchy. Like, not all the stripes are the same size. They're all different. Excuse me. So like here you've got, this stripe of yellow, the purple, the yellow, the blue, the brown, and and then there's bigger stripes down here, and there's bigger stripes up here. I love it. I love the inconsistency of it. So, but need to border it. So what I'm wondering is, do you think this should be bordered in this gray? This is Red Heart Dreamy, so it's kind of fuzzy. It's kind of the same consistency. It's a size 5 also. Red Heart Dreamy. This is a scrap ball of yarn, so it's a little hard to hold up. Oh, sorry, it is a size 4. 6.5 millimeter hook. But do I go with a neutral? With a little extra color with the gray to kind of offset the colors. Do I go with this Pound of Love and Aran, or Aran, I don't know. Off-white. So this is Red Heart with Love. And, I mean, it matches the white a little bit in here. The white in this is a little bit lighter. I don't know if you can see that. But it would kind of go with the mustardy colors and like the tan brown color in it. Or, sorry, the skein fell. Do I go with Red Heart Wild Mulberry mix? Kind of go with the purples and kind of draw those out. Because the purples go with the blues. God, this lighting sucks. Can you see that? Kind of. It looks really blue in there. Or do I do a combination of those three? I'm a little lost on what to do with the border on this one. I don't I don't really want a busy border on it because the blanket is fairly busy itself. With all the striping. But I want it to look nice. So I am interested to know what your opinions are on a border for that, please. I would love it if you would leave me a comment down below letting me know which one or which combination of them you think would look nice around that blanket. I don't really have anybody in mind to gift it to right now. I think for right now, I'm just going to hold on to it, and when, because we all know what happens, when the need arises that I need a baby blanket, I'll have one. um, that's really it for my finished objects this week. Um, the squares, the hat, the blanket. Yeah, and I need your help with the the border for this. Um, I'm looking forward to having it done. I think it turned out amazing. I mean, if it was my baby, I'd be I'd be thrilled to have that. Uh, yeah, I'm excited to have that done. Probably won't be an FO next week because I'll want to wait and see what everybody says about it. But after that, I'm guessing the week after I'll have it done. Um, plus, we all have Christmas coming up, so excuse me. So we all know with Christmas coming up, time is going to be sucked up very quickly. But I'm still hoping to get that done, and I mean done, all the way done. And yeah, and have some more whips and FOs and all that fun stuff to show you. So to that end, I believe I'm going to say good night for now. Please like, comment, subscribe. Definitely let me know what you think about a border for that blanket. I'm excited to know what all of you think. And until Monday, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.